Yeah, hey guys, before we get into the video, just want to give our warning saying the content in this video can be quite nasty, just disgusting or just disturbing. I've added some censorship, but just heads up with it.
So today my brother Roderick told me about something called edging or whatever. And basically if I want to be cool at school, I have to edge. I asked him what it even is and he told me just to search up on Google. But the last time he told me to do that, I was scarred for life. What the fuck? Anyways, I trust my gut this time because I need to get popular. So I searched up on Twitter and saw plenty of source material. There are practically thousands of videos of people edging, and by the time I finished scrolling, I was basically a pro. After I finished my research, I asked Roderick when and where I should commence the edging. You must edge in the back of class. That seems kinda weird, but hey, there is a reason why we call him the masturbator. He even pranks me sometimes and takes shots at me from far using his skills. Tomorrow is the day. In the back of math class, I will commit the edge. Wednesday. Well, my edge session in the back of class did not go to plan. Everything started off on the right track. I sat in the back of class and when my teacher was talking about some Dharma lesson, I pulled out my computer and some lotion. Of course, some of you edging rookies may not know that if you want to erect, you must find something that gets you horny. Fortunately, Holly Hills was in my class. Everything was going perfect. I loosened up my pants, I rubbed my hands with lotion, and I inserted my hand into my pants. My edge was going strong, but Holly picked the wrong day to wear Nike Pros. I couldn't hold it back. Oh no! Oh no! I was going to bust. I needed to think of something quick to tame the beast inside my pants. I thought if I looked at him, it would make it soften, but I got harder. Stand back, Rowley. I'm gonna nut whether you like it or not. Just when I thought all hope was lost, and I was gonna bust, a miracle happened. A sudden hand grabbed my cock just as I was about to nut. I looked up and I saw Mr. Huff. I just got you edging in the back of the class, Mr. Athlete. Turns out when Roderick was in middle school, he edged all the time in the back of class. It happened so much that Mr. Huff stopped even caring about it anymore and congratulated him on his edging streak. Apparently he didn't fail an edge for 181 days straight. Of course Mr. Huff is an a-hole and still sent me to the principal's office, even though I didn't bust. You may think that was it, but it gets crazier. When I got home, Mom was peed. I got grounded for 5 months with no electronics or anything. Please, Mom, I have to edge. Later, I sat on my bed crying, thinking about how I couldn't edge anymore when suddenly my dad bursted into my room. We need to talk, friend. I thought I was about to get a beat of my life until my dad did something insane. That was a great edge, kid. Apparently, my dad edged in middle school as well. I taught Roderick the master of edging when he was a child. He said that while Roderick is the masturbator, he himself is the Sigma masturbator. I had to retire from edging though, when I nodded on the teacher's face this one time. So my dad is now on board with me edging and he said he would make sure my mom will never find out about me edging. Also, he said he has a surprise to show me this weekend and who knows what this is about. All I know now is that it's time to edge in peace without my mom being a beta male. Friday. I've edged in the back of class for 3 days now and I feel a major difference. I feel much more energetic and happy ever since I started edging. I'm even one of the most popular people in the school now. As I walk through the halls, all I can hear is people talking about me. Oh my goodness, did you hear that Greg can mew while eating? I heard he has a 12-incher. It's all true. Everything's going great. I can't wait for tomorrow when I can edge again. Wait, what the hell was that? I think someone's breaking into my house. I hear broken glass. Oh shoot, they're coming up the stairs. They're at my door. Oh shoot, help, help, help. Where the heck am I? I'm in a dark room. I feel like I'm on crystal meth right now. All I have is my journal. I think I'm tied up to a chair. Did I get kidnapped? What the hell? Wait, I think I hear something. Someone's coming in the room. Welcome to the Worldwide Edging Society, Greg Heffley. You have been selected to join our society to bring peace to the world by edging. What the... Monday. I have some explaining to do. I sat in front of a crowd of practically hundreds of people who all claim to be pro edgers. I even recognized some of them. I noticed far off in the crowd was Mr. Jefferson, level 50 edger, nickname Pro Family Edger. Apparently there's a ranking system where the amount of successful edges you do per day and the locations you do the edge at, you level up. You start off at level 1 and the Sigma edgers are level 100. I asked who the leader of the society is and the ugly bald guy told me it would be revealed when the time is ready. I asked Albert Sandy to see if he knew who it was, but he didn't even know. But it's flipping Albert Sandy, so he told some weird theory. Besides that, the Worldwide Edging Society said I have been invited to join their society, but first I have to pass some test. I was skeptical at first, but if I get to edge more, then why not? My first test is that I have to edge on the airplane, And that will happen this Friday. Being from a family of legendary edgers, I should get this easy, right? Saturday, I shouldn't have doubted myself because I am now one step closer to joining the Worldwide Edger Society, and the test wasn't even that hard. The only problem that occurred was that I was sat in between a family, but nothing stops a true edger. My dad told me the next test is going to be the hardest edging experience I will ever face. Apparently over 80% of edgers fail during this test, and if you can pass, you'll have a good chance at making the society. The reason this test is so much harder than the other two is because this is a group edging challenge. You and your partner have to edge each other at a random location, and if one of the partners busts, you both fail. How is there so much? Dad told me when he was doing his test, his partner told him that he was about to bust, so Dad used his magical fingers and he was able to successfully rub the nut away, so they both passed. Man, you really saved my cheeks there. Just all part of the game, brother. And if you're wondering, my dad actually got banned from the Worldwide Edging Society because he nutted. Basically, if you nut, you are banned forever. Anyways, tomorrow they're gonna announce who I'm doing a test with, so let's hope it's sound good. Saturday. My partner for the test is Shrag Gupta, level 0 edger, nickname Dumbass. I just know bro is going to cream as soon as my soft hands touch his little junk. I can't even let this little flipper ruin my chances at joining the Edger Society, so we're going to need to train in order to pass. I'm inviting him over right now so we can get our edging practice on. That was probably the most braziest paragraph I've ever read. Friday. Today's the day. Today is when the test is happening. Tonight at 10 p.m, we're going to Edge. Our location has been randomly chosen, and it's going to be at O Block. I already knew it was going to be bad when there was already someone getting jumped as soon as we got there. Where's my money, kid? We won't hurt you as long as you give us the money. Me and Shrag found a secure location where we could edge behind a dumpster, and we pulled our pants down and got out our lotion. I took a deep breath and whispered into Shrag's ear. Psst, Shrag, if you're going to cream, just think about your ugly ass mom. Unit. After that, the edging began and everything was going smooth. Shrag couldn't even make me feel like I was going to nut because his tiny hands were nothing compared to my meat stick. Light work, no reaction. And then everything went downhill. Suddenly I felt an urge I have never felt before since I started edging. It was like my meat hit the sweet spot and the only thing it could do now was erupt. Shrug's little hands had got to me. I was going to nut. I couldn't believe it was going to end like this. All that hard work I've done these past weeks, and for what? Just for me to nut from flipping Shrag Gupta? I couldn't allow that to happen. I need to think of something, and fast. Squeeze it so it'll get trapped. I can't, my hands are too small. It can't even fit around your rod. And that's when it happened. I failed. The built-up goo locked inside of me, growing from weeks on end, all completely released in one single second. Shrug's face looked like whipped cream, but I didn't even have any words to say to him. All I could do was watch as he was licking it off his face. I sat down and cried. This was the end of the road for me. Soon the Worldwide Edging Society will figure out I nutted, and then both of us will be banned forever. Can't we just lie and say you didn't? We can't. They will never stop watching us. They have cameras everywhere. Just when I thought things couldn't get any worse, a cold metal tip touched the back of my head. Don't flip and move a muscle, kid, or I'll blow your flipping brains out. Guess our secure spot wasn't as secure as we thought. A flipping gun was touching the back of my head, and I think it was one of the bloods. The blood tied me down and lined me and Shrug down on our knees by the curb. Suddenly, another blood showed up and took one look at us, and he seemed in distress. What the flip, dude? This is so messed up. I think that dude exploded all over his face. They started talking about if they should kill us or just leave us on the side of the road. I tried to reason with them by saying we are only kids, but that didn't matter. I think we gotta kill one of them to send a message to these zesty crips to make sure they don't come back here. Yeah, kill the the cum in his face. Be scarred for life. I begged the Bloods not to kill Shrag, not because I cared about him, but because no one will give me curry at school anymore if he's dead. Anyway, one of the Bloods just laughed and raised his gun. They flipping killed Shrag! Monday. I don't really remember what happened after that. All I remember is getting hit on the back of the head with a bat and blacking out, and then waking up in front of my house a couple hours later with a sack on my head. After sleeping for a couple hours, dreaming about Holly Hill's Gap, I woke up and found a note on the side of my bed. Hello Gregory Heffley. Due to the unfair circumstances, we put you and Shrag in for the test. We have decided to allow you to pass the second test. Even though you failed the Edge, please report to the Edge for your third and final test. This Friday at 1 AM. Burn this after reading from WES. You know what this means? It means I still have a chance to make the Worldwide Edging Society and still be able to edge. I just realized that maybe Shrug Dan was a blessing in disguise and I've been given a second chance at edging. I will not fail my brother and father this time. Friday. I've been training all week for this moment to come. I even met with some of the best edgers in the society and they've taught me the true way to edge. The best way to edge, Greg, is by doing long and hard strokes. Leland, level 93 edger. Nickname, the Predator. Other pro edgers are mad at me though. They say because I failed the edge that I shouldn't be allowed in the society. And they say it's unfair and the circumstances shouldn't matter just because my partner died. My friend failed the edge at the World Trade Center during September on a certain date. But he didn't get a free pass. They won't stop me though. The only person who could probably stop me is Rowley. Rowley because he's so good looking that I'd fail the edge any day of the week. I didn't know you were packing that much, Greg. Guess it's my little secret. Sunday. Where the heck should I begin? That should have let me in, but it was locked. I decided to creep around back to get inside, but then I heard two people talking, so I hid behind a rock. You did the job, right? Yeah. Just as you said, Greg won't last a minute with what I told him. Those snakes, they're plotting against me to make sure I'll fail the edge and not pass the test. That won't happen though. Down in O-Block when the Bloods were patting me down, I swiped one of their Glocks and stuffed it in my back pocket. When I was 10, Roderick taught me how to shoot an M9. And this Glock 19 is so much better than that. I looked too cold rocking this thing. Leland left to go on his hourly edge break, which left Alex unattended. When Alex was lighting his cigarette, I crept up behind him and kicked his knee in from behind. If you kill me, Greg, they'll never stop coming after you. Good. Flippin' hated that kid anyway. That was the best damn moment in my whole life. Besides the edging, of course. Just after I killed Alex, Leland came back from his edge break, and I knew I had to take care of him too. I wiped Leland's blood off my face and continued to sneak inside the edge. After about 50 paces in, I heard another voice. This wasn't just someone talking, they were moaning. I knew exactly what they were doing though. They were edging. I looked around the corner and saw the culprit, Shrug Gupta's dad. Level 68 edger, nickname the Child Edger. Guess he didn't care about his son dying. However, his fate is going to be the same as all the other people here. I flippin' shot his off. Oh my goodness, Mr. Gupta is packing. That doesn't even make sense because Shrug has a shrimp, so I don't know how his genes work there. Anyway, I realized I have to find out who the leader of the Worldwide Judging Society is, and the only way to do that is by going to the center of all of it. The cucumber chamber, yeah, let's call it that. I started making my way to the cucumber chamber until suddenly the alarm went off.
Alert, alert, there is an intruder. Stop all edging activities immediately.
They're coming for me. Heard the faint sounds of footsteps growing closer and closer until the footsteps sounded like the beating of a drum. I heard the man yell commands at some people, but I couldn't tell who he was. I hid around the corner of the hallway and took a deep breath. The footsteps stopped, doors opened and closed. All I had was my Glock 19. I knew at that moment it was do or die. And I chose do. The first wave was over. Blood smeared across the walls and corpses covered the floors. Corpses of people I knew. Just before I could take a breath of relief, the footsteps returned. I found a special gun on one of the corpses. And when the doors were opened up, I went guns a-blazing. It's your turn to not now. Hey! I got hit a couple times, but I didn't care. Adrenaline in my body was soaring. All I could do was now push forward. I wanted to find the leader and end this flipping society once and for all. I found the door to the chamber and all that was left was this one guard. Good thing he was fat. That stuff was light work. I found the door to the cucumber chamber and tried to open it, but it was locked. Good thing I had my trusty assault rifle and shot the door clean off. I entered the chamber but it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I made my way deeper into the hallway and heard a strange sound. It was someone crying. I made my way closer to the sound, but just before I reached it, the lights turned on. Help, Greg, they're gonna grab my wood and make me nut. They were going to make him bust. I needed to get him out of there and quick because I knew they were coming, but it was already too late. They were here. I hid behind the table and heard multiple footsteps enter the room. I recognized some of their voices. Holy sh! Hello, Gregory. Shrug Gupta? How the flip is he alive? So you're the flipping leader, huh? Yes, Greg. I am, and I bet you're wondering how I am alive. Next thing you know, he tells me some long, boring story about how he survived and how he's the leader. Basically, he faked his death and the Bloods attacking us was all a scheme. Apparently, every time someone is doing this partner test, he's always their partner and he personally decides if that person should join or not. He then said if the previous leader nuts or dies, then there's an edging contest to decide who will be the next leader. I asked him who the leader before him was, and almost shit my pants when I saw who it was. Road ends here for you, Greg. Just give up now and make this easy. When I thought this couldn't get any worse, another person entered the room, and then another. 4 people stood in front of me. One of them was currently the leader. The other 3 were all previous leaders of the Worldwide Edging Society. Either you die by gun or by the cucumber table. It's your choice, Greg. They were gonna kill me. These bastards are gonna kill me, and for what? Just because I nutted? Well, go fuck them all. They'll be nutting blood out of their head when I'm done with them. Oh wait, I forgot about Riley's treatment. Chirag went over to the control table and clicked the button. I tried to shoot him, but Roderick ran over and pinned me to the ground before I could fire a shot off. I'll kill you if you touch him, Chirag. Chirag just stood there chuckling to himself with a grin on his face. He said, watch this, Greg. This will happen to you soon. Suddenly, a tweezer went down and grabbed onto Riley's stick. Then a needle came down and injected it with some fluid. No! Stop! Please! I watched in horror as Riley's stick started to enlarge about 5 times its size. That fluid was bull Viagra mixed with lean, if you wanted to know, Greg. I broke free from Roderick's grip and grabbed my gun and sprinted at Chirag. I hit a good shot at Chirag's chest, but it was already too late. Riley was gonna bust and die. I felt defeated. I felt like I had lost. Maybe there was another way to save Riley, but I don't know. I took one good look at Chirag as he gave me his stupid flipping smirk. I didn't even hesitate to pull the trigger. I hate midgets. The war's not over yet. I still had Roderick, Dad, and my flipping grandpa to kill. I walked over and shot my dad first, twice in the chest. Blood poured out of his mouth, but he still had a smile across his face. Damn, these are insane. Roderick tried to run, but I was able to shoot his leg before he could get out the door. I slowly walked up to him, like it was the end of the movie and the good guy was about to kill the bad guy. But at that moment, I realized I wasn't a good guy. I was the bad guy. And I'm glad that's the way it is. Next up was little old grandpa, the person who created that worldwide edging society. I walked up to him and pinned my gun against his forehead. I smiled and asked him, any last words? You're making a big mistake, you little good-looking beast. If you kill me, the world will end. The reason I created this society is to protect the world from the NNN. And if you kill me, there will be no one left to stop them. There's still one thing that can stop them, Gramps. And what's that? Me. I watched Grandpa's lifeless body fall back in his chair and hit the floor with a loud thud. I smiled. I don't know why I smiled, but I did. I looked down at the blood on my hands and realized what I did. I killed people. I killed people in cold blood. People that were only trying to protect others. I killed my father. I killed my grandpa. I killed Roderick. I killed my flipping family. My family? I turned around and rushed over to Rowley. He was still barely alive. His stick exploded, but he was still able to speak and give me a smile. I helped him up and carried him over my shoulder out of the room. I got you, buddy. Thanks, Greg. I took Rowley back to my house because I knew I couldn't take him back to his house. One of the people I killed at the edge was his father. Anyway, I put Rowley on my bed and performed an emergency wood surgery to the best of my skills. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to save his wood because it flipping exploded, but I was able to stitch part of his skin back and leave him a little hole where he can still pee out of. After that, Riley passed out from the procedure, so I decided to leave him alone and go downstairs. Once I entered the kitchen door, I saw the most horrific scene ever. I'm edging, Gregory. That kid. I threw money in the trash and sat on my front porch. What's there to do anymore? My whole family is dead besides my mom, and I killed at least 30 people that I knew. What else is left? I looked down at the gun I just shot my own brother with. I slowly raised the gun and pointed it at my head and closed my eyes. I was about to pull the trigger, then I heard a strange noise. I opened my eyes and a white van parked in front of my house. Suddenly, 2 men in masks jumped out of the car and started sprinting at me. I fired my gun at them, but both shots missed. I tried to run away, but one of them flipping tackled me and pinned me to the ground. I tried to yell for Rowley, but they put me in a chokehold, and I could barely breathe. They then lifted me up and threw me in the back of their van. And that's where I am now, stuck in the back of this flipping van. I hope Rowley's okay. Who knows what they could have done to him whilst he's knocked out. I mean, him being asleep has basically the same skill set that Rowley has when he's awake, so there's not really much of a difference there. Anyways, I really hope he's okay. Well, I don't really know what else to say. I'm being kidnapped by the WES? Who knows? I'll update you guys once we arrive somewhere. A couple hours later. Oh we finally stopped somewhere. I think we just entered the underground tunnel or something. They just unlocked the van. The guys at the ski mask picked me up and threw me out of the van, and I hit a cold metal ground. The 2 guys at the ski mask ripped off my clothes until I was only in underwear. Bright lights shined in front of me and I could barely see. Once I was finally able to get a sense of my surroundings, I realized thousands of people were all surrounding me. One of the people emerged in front of me from the crowd and he was wearing a weird jumpsuit. I thought he was going to kill me or something, but he did something even crazier. He reached out his hand for me. Welcome to the North Nile Nation, Gregory. We've been waiting for you to join us. Just like Grandpa said, the NNN would come for me, but I didn't think it would be this soon. The leader held his hand out for me, and Wiki wants me to join him. But I would never join these f***s. I grabbed onto the leader's hand knowing it was the only way to make it out of there alive. I didn't want to do it, but it was the only thing I could do. As the leader was introducing me to everyone, I looked at their faces, planning on how I'll murder each and every one of them in cold blood. I could already feel their blood on my soft and dirty hands. Some people may think this will be an impossible task. Some people may think this will be an impossible task, but I'm not a wimp like them, because I'm Greg Heffley, the person who took down the WES by himself. I smiled. I smiled this time, and I knew why. Because this time I had a purpose. Whoever comes, whoever it is, I'll kill them. I'll kill every single one of them, because I am Greg Heffley, the king of edging.